Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today I want to talk about something that I've had to learn over time as a wife. And it's not something I've always done perfectly, I'll be honest, but that is how I honor my husband in public. Now this isn't about being silent or shrinking yourself before anyone starts kicking off. It's about respect, boundaries, and honoring your marriage. Let's talk about it. Point one, I don't talk badly about him or joke at his expense. No, that's not happening. So early in our marriage, I made the mistake of venting to family when me and my husband were going through things because, to be honest, that's what I saw growing up. Like, when the wife was going through something, she would come around with her family members and they would just chat about the guy, everything that he was doing wrong. And obviously, the wife was completely innocent. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And the thing is, as well intentioned as they were, I realized that when I opened that door, I made the mistake of allowing people to think that they had a say in our marriage. And I realized pretty quickly that that wasn't fair to either my husband or to us. Like, nah, boundaries are there for a reason. And I also became really aware of harmless jokes. You know, those ones like you're saying something and you think it's funny, and then other people are saying the same thing to or about your husband. No. And the thing is, right, is that over time, those jokes can quietly chip away at respect. If you're going to continually mock and belittle and make your husband look small in a certain way, people aren't going to respect him the way that they should because of the way that you are with him as well. So I realized that those little harmless jokes, they weren't harmless, they were chipping away. And funnily enough, if he was going to do the same thing to me, I would like it. I wouldn't like it. So, yeah. And just to be clear, if a wife is dealing with something serious like abuse, infidelity, or she's unsafe in any way, shape, or form, she absolutely has to speak up and get help from outside the marriage. That's not an inside job. But if it's something that can be handled through communication alone, it stays in house. Two, I speak highly of him when he's not around. So I've already spoken about what I don't say. This is what I do say. I am very intentional the way I talk about my husband when he's not in the room. And I know what I'm saying. If I'm in a room with other women, wives, who are belittling and speaking badly of their husbands, I'm not joining in. That is not my game. Because I'm not going to exaggerate his flaws or downplay his efforts for the sake of trying to be part of a group. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. There was actually a time when I wouldn't say the good stuff about my husband because I didn't want other women to think that, oh, you think you're perfect. I don't care what you think. You can talk badly of your husband. I will speak well of mine. So instead, I choose to highlight the good, his character, his growth, and the way he shows up for his family. Like, he does a lot for us. And over time, you'll come to realize that the way that you speak about your spouse will shape not just how others view him, but also how you see him yourself. Respect is so important to a man, and the Bible tells us to respect our husbands specifically for a reason. So I want when people hear me say my husband's name, that they see and hear that there's respect in my tone intentionally. Three, I honor him by how I present myself to the world. The way I dress, the way I carry myself, the way I speak, my tone, the energy that I bring into spaces, all of that matters to me. But now that I'm married, it's not just me anymore, it's also my husband. Just like when I was a child, the way that I was in public was a representation of my upbringing and the way that my parents raised me. And it's the same with wherever you work. The way that you are in public is a representation of how your workplace is. And if you act badly, we've seen many times on social media, people get fired. And the same is true for my relationship with the Lord. So the way that I am in public is the same way that non-believers will see a representation of the Lord, the church, Christianity, all of that by how I am. You know that phrase, some of us are the only Bible that people will see? That's true. So all of that being true, how much more true for my husband? So I choose modesty and grace, not because I'm restricted, but because I respect the Lord, I respect my marriage, and I respect myself. And one of the things that I absolutely love about being secure and content and rested and rooted in my marriage is that I don't need to seek outside validation or attention from outside, because I know whose I am and who I am at home. Because ultimately, the way that I present myself represents my values and the commitment that I've made. And again, it's not about rules, it's about intention. Big difference. And the last one, 4, I maintain boundaries with the opposite sex. I am very intentional about boundaries. I do not play in conversation, in behavior, in physical touch, all of it. I don't play with that stuff. I do not entertain flirty energy, overly personal conversations, and I keep a respectful distance. I'll be friendly, I'll be warm, I'll be nice, I'll be civil, all of that. I'll be cool with you, but there's a line. And no, it's not because I'm afraid of people, it's because I value my husband. And by that, ultimately, I value my marriage. Because boundaries remove confusion with outsiders and they protect the trust within the marriage. And that is so key. I never want my husband or anyone else to question where my loyalty lies. Like, mm-mm. And that's it for this video. So honoring your husband doesn't mean losing your voice or losing your identity. It means that understanding that respect, discretion, and boundaries are very, very powerful tools. And they strengthen a marriage so much more than people realize. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video today. I will be back next week with another one. Please add any comments below to share if there's anything in my video that really stood out to you or spoke to you. And I'll see you soon. All right, take care. Bye.